about the pinball, one-off pinball that I created called Pinball of Chucky. I made a t-shirt with this particular logo. You may see me at some of the pinball shows. Created a shirt that looks just like this. Anyway, just give you a little bit high-level overview of the game. Of course, nods to the producer, David Kirshner, Don Mancini for creating Chucky, and Universal Studios, who owns the rights to the pictures, and United Artists for Child's Play, and Rogue Pictures for the other ones, for Seed of Chucky, excuse me. So just to run through this real quickly, the music in the background is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Tim Burton's movie. I thought it was a nice nod to Chucky, whether it was or not, in the beginning when Johnny Depp comes out as Willy Wonka with the puppet burn factory and whatnot, the puppets melting. Whether it was a nod to Chucky or not, I thought that was great, and I always love this music. It'd be a good theme for Chucky. Anyway, the back glass consists of Tiff and Glenn or Glenda, and then Chucky's actually in a coffin with a knife here, and his arm can move up and down, he can speak, and his head can turn around. For the back box, I used the Good Guy doll box. I thought that made a good idea for that, good placement. And then apologies to Jersey Jack and any of the other pinball vendors. Back when I designed this in the early 2000s, Stern was the only pinball manufacturer, but I've got Chucky's footprints here from Child's Play 1, and then a knife plunger that you pull back, and then the heart of Damballa. So yeah, I got this idea shortly after Seed of Chucky. I was in a Blockbuster video store back when they had those, and a guy and his date were looking at the movies in the horror section, and one of them commented on Chucky, and the guy said, "Chucky's cool." And I said, "You know what? He is." Anyway, the side is Chucky and Tiff looking over into the box where Glenn came in, but I replaced this with warning, evil comes in small packages. Please use caution when inserting coin. Underneath the back glass and speakers, I have a little placard here paying tribute to Damballa. I always thought they could have used that a little bit more than they did. Child's Play 1 they did, and then Tiff, of course, calls it Damballa, Bride of Chucky. But anyway, you light 7 movies. You do something on the playfield to light all 7 movies, and you get a bonus ball, kind of like Elvis Pinball. Anyway, I'll shut that music off because I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, I have Crimes of Chucky here over on the right, and I'll explain a little bit about that now. Here's a high-level overview of the playfield. The main features are, always enjoyed the Nicholson Keaton Batman pinball that was made with the 2 eyeballs for the Joker, so something like that here for Chucky. Chucky's flat here, 2D on the playfield, but his eyes there are saucers. He's got another saucer over here, and he's given the bird, and this is Tiff's hideout. And yes, this game is very, the dialogue is very vulgar. As we know, Chucky's movies are all rated R. The movie and dialogue, or the dialogue can be toned down and bleeped out, but my plan was to make this game pretty much for adults. The upper playfield is the main feature with the Tiff head. Always been a big fan of Funhouse and Roadshow. And the upper playfield, basically you shoot the ball into the left ramp twice, and then on the 3rd time it comes out of her mouth. I call this Tiffany's Love Tunnel. And then there's love targets here that you have to light up. There's breasts, which bumpers which represent her breasts, which kind of reveal themselves as you hit them. And then the flippers are actually from like Twilight Zone here with the magnetic flippers, and we've got artwork here that looks like Chucky's hands are moving up her body there. We got Tiffany's Love Canal, and basically we have the stiffness meter that goes from plastic, wood, steel, all the way up, and there's various accompanying dialogue. The playfield is pretty much all dark here, but it's in white. We've got lightning bolts, and then we've got sound effects in the background, thunder. We've got symbols from the good guy shoes, which light up on an orbit. We've got Andy rollovers, and then we have the two placards here, which I talked about in the last slide here. We got the tribute to Damballa, and then the Crimes of Chucky, which are basically two magnetic catches. And I apologize for keep using the word basically, it's one of my interrupters. But you go around on the left orbit, the ball catches on the magnetic posts, and then I thought this is where we could use the video screen playing the various Crimes of Chucky, electrocution, stabbing, etc., etc. You've got a little Glen doll here and a flipper. You've got saucers underneath the playfield, kind of as a nod to Twilight Zone as well. I always liked that, where you couldn't see where the ball went, but there's saucers underneath there. They'll drop into there and come out of the heart of Damballa. We've got good guy boxes, which moving targets, which light the kick ass, as I call it, instead of the kick back. We've got a radio, old-time radio with buttons that will hit to change the station and play different sounds and music that we've heard in the Chucky movies. We got a little Chucky doll here. We have a small pentagram and a large pentagram. We have a set of mini games here, which I'm a big fan of Scared Stiff and playing the mini games, getting to a grand finale. You do 6 mini games, and then you do the chant, which is a left or right loop, the Chucky loop or the Jennifer loop, and then the Tiff loop, and then you hit the little mini Chucky doll here. We have some weapons that you hit on a skill shot that light travels, and that's pretty much it. And then various targets all around the playfield, weapons or body parts and whatnot. Some bumpers over here under the Andy rollovers for all the first 4 movies, and then we've got Seated Chucky over here in the saucers. Curse of Chucky will probably be for the bird hole here, Tip's hideout, and then Cult of Chucky will be up here, Crimes of Chucky. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And you know, if you're a big fan of Chucky movies like I am, since they've come out, there's a lot of good dialogue, you know, just for hitting the Chucky doll, whether he says something. You know, I've mapped it all out here from the various movies. I have not seen Cult of Chucky yet, but everything is current to Curse of Chucky. But yeah, just the different sound bites and you know, putting a coin in. Hey, long time no see, pal. Hey, hi, sweet face, greetings. That's more like it. And when you hit the start button, now this is the first thing we got to do is get out of this body once and for all. So you can remember when Chucky said that in all the movies. Some of the tilt warnings would be great. You know, just don't F with the Chuck, or hi, I'm Chucky and I wouldn't talk if I were you. Heidi ho. There's just so many good pieces of dialogue that we could use in this. Anyway, I'll go through the mini games in another video, but pretty much what I wanted to show then finally is the artwork on the game. So this is an overview without the Chucky 2D doll being drawn here, but we've got rails for the returns for the 2 loops. When the one ball doesn't come out the Tiff's mouth here with the left loop. But yeah, we have a bunch of the actors and actresses from Child's Play 3 over here. We've got an older Tyler in fatigues here. We've got Kyle from Child's Play 2. We've got Jade and Jesse from Bride and Glenn. And then I'd probably replace the Jennifer here with Nika, Fiona Dora, and Charles Lee Ray is over here by this ramp, and then Jennifer Tilly is here by this ramp. And we have various other actors all around the playfield. As I said, it's pretty much dark, and there'll be lightning and thunder going off and various different sound effects. So I'll talk about the rest of the game in detail with the mini games in another video. Thanks for watching.